Hi, I'm Aaron and I'm in the kitchen, and today I am making blueberry pie. Okay, I already have my blueberries rinsed. I'm gonna go straight into my bowl. My bowl has a little bit of water in it, I don't care. 900 grams of blueberries. So I debate on whether or not I'm gonna call this a blueberry pie or blueberry lemon pie because there is lemon juice and lemon zest in it. We're gonna zest the whole lemon now. I could give you like teaspoon measurements for the zest of a lemon, but I think it's easier to just say a whole lemon, and I have a small lemon in my hand. Well, medium lemon. But if I were giving you measurements, I would say something like 4 teaspoons of lemon zest. Do you have to add the lemon into the blueberry pie? No, but it's really gonna wake up the blueberry, especially for these blueberries at this time of the year. They're fresh and seasonal, but to wake up the blueberry flavor even more, add lemon. And make sure that when you're zesting your lemon or orange or whatever fruit, that you only get the yellow part or the orange part and not the white part, because that will turn everything super duper bitter. And I am making this pie for a dinner party I'm hosting tonight, so I'm a little bit nervous about making this pie. In my family, we eat a lot of fruit, desserts and things when they're not in season. So I'm used to having blueberry pie or blueberry cobbler in the winter time. Like, this is my first time making it spring, summertime. I never do that. What I need from the lemon is 60 milliliters, but I might go a little bit crazy. Let's see. I don't know if a whole lemon has 60 milliliters or not. If it doesn't, then I'll be going crazy and maybe adding a whole lemon. Let's see. I'm gonna pour this into my measuring cup here. Let's see if I have 60 ml. Okay, a whole lemon is exactly 60 ml. This is a medium to small lemon, by the way. Again, going in. Blueberry pie is pretty simple in the sense of you not needing to pre-cook like your blueberries and all of that. You make your blueberries, you assemble everything, you dump it in the pie crust, you bake it, you leave it. All right, going in with a teaspoon of vanilla paste. I still think vanilla is one of those things you measure with your heart, but for my warming spices, I'm going in with 2 grams of cinnamon, 1 gram of ginger. This is ground ginger. I don't care if there are little balls in this because we're gonna add more liquid and it will dissolve. I believe that cardamom goes in anything that has a fruit, because if you smell cardamom by itself, it has this citrusy, I can't really explain it, but if you've smelled cardamom, it's fruity. It says fruit to me. So I'm putting another gram of cardamom in here. Okay, that was the last bit of that I had. Okay, and I'm gonna do 2 grams of sea salt in here. Actually, let's do 1 gram of sea salt. Let's not do too much. Okay, there we go. That's just enough of that. Okay, today I will be serving this blueberry pie with regular old vanilla ice cream with this sea salt caramel that I made in the last video, actually. So if you want to see how I made the sea salt caramel, go ahead and check out my banana pudding video. I am going in with 30 grams of flour as a thickening agent for my pie. And this is all-purpose flour. It's always all-purpose flour with me, y'all. All right, there we go. And I'm also going to do 30 grams of cornstarch. Cornstarch is super duper important for the structure. If you like blueberry pie, but your blueberry pie tends to spill out of the crust and all over the place, maybe you need to add more cornstarch. So I'm doing flour and cornstarch just because I don't, I want the thickness, but I also want the flavor not to be impacted too much. So 30 grams of each. Okay, that went over just a little bit, but it's all right. Not too much. 150 grams of sugar going in. And then 60 grams of brown sugar. I love sugar, but sugar is just sweet. It doesn't necessarily add a depth of flavor. And I'm always looking for depth in the flavor, always. Perfect. Now we are done with our scale. I'm just gonna give everything a good mix and then start working on rolling out our pie crust. Okay, so even without anything, I lost the blueberry.
We're safe, guys.
I found my blueberry with the help of my cat assistant because the blueberry went flying and she ran for it. Oh, another blueberry. Okay.
She's the cutest cat assistant.
She is the cutest cat assistant. Just making sure that everything gets everything without popping my blueberries. Y'all be careful when you're doing this because you will pop your blueberries and you don't necessarily want to pop your blueberries. You want the oven to pop your blueberries. So be gentler than me because I definitely just popped the blueberry. Okay, this already smells amazing. I'm gonna put this to the side and get ready to do my pie crust. Okay. Generally when I'm making some kind of sweet roll or brioche, which you guys haven't seen me make brioche yet, so I need to make that. I do not add extra flour, but with pie crust, you have to add extra flour. My pie crust is straight out of the freezer, so you can hear it's pretty hard. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take my other one out of the freezer now to help with rolling. Hard?
Yep.
You in the morning? All right, so going in with flour here on my pastry mat. Yes, it's an extra step. Nothing really, if you have a pastry mat, nothing sticks to a pastry mat, but just extra insurance. I am adding flour down to help with the sticking. And if you are curious, this is the exact dough from the gluten-free pie crust video because my same friend that has a gluten intolerance is coming today. So I am rolling out that same pie crust. Well, not the same one from the video, that's a long time ago, but okay. My pie crust is a little bit too frozen, so I'm gonna have to wait like 5 minutes, maybe 10. All right, so my pie crust anyway, was giving me a little bit of difficulty. So I've been molding it a little bit with my hands, trying to warm it up. Now I'm finally at a place where I can actually work with my pie crust now. I'm just gonna make sure that everything stays together and then I'm gonna roll it out. I'm gonna add some more flour and then I'm gonna roll it out. Because I'm on a time crunch, like 5 minutes, maybe 10. I did put my pie crust in the oven on 80 degrees Celsius. Mr. Editor, if you can kindly add what that is in Fahrenheit for 1 minute, just to be able to get it to be malleable faster. But now I have a nice pie crust that is malleable and it's still cold. Still cold. Okay, I'm just gonna put some more flour for insurance on the bottom and on the top of my crust here. And now I'm gonna roll this out into a circle for my pie. Because I've warmed my pie crust up a little bit, I'm gonna be extra gentle with rolling it out because I don't want it to crack on me while I'm trying to roll it out. If you've ever made a pie, that is the part that gives you the most trouble, but because it's pie dough and it's not cooked already, you can just take those pieces. When you do have a crack in your pie crust, you just take those pieces and stick them back on somewhere else. For this, I really enjoy using a French rolling pin because it's more weighted in the middle and it's easier when rolling out pie crust to use the French rolling pin, in my opinion. See over here, I'm starting to have some cracking. I'm just gonna mold. I'm trying to shape this into a disc as I'm rolling it out to make it easier for myself. If it's already in a disc, I can just roll it flat. Okay, we're all rolled out here. Just gonna get my pie crust now, or my pie tin rather, and we're gonna place everything on. I like to roll my crust onto my rolling pin because I find that is easier to transfer this way. All right, rolling. I'm gonna stick my pie tin here and roll it out. All right. Now, wherever you need to fix a patch, this is the moment to do that. The only reason my pie crust is acting this way is because I'm in a time crunch and I rush to do the patchwork. But normally if your pie crust is cold, you don't run into these issues that I had today. Good thing is though, I rolled out enough to have plenty of extra for fixing my holes and things. And yeah, this part is ugly, but now I'm gonna put this back in the freezer, believe it or not, to chill and set in this shape. All right, now I'm gonna start working on my other dough. I'm just gonna flour really well. And I'll start to knead it with my hands a little bit here. Maybe I won't need to, but maybe I won't need to knead. I think I will need a little bit. I think I will need to knead a little bit. Okay, good for me. This layer of the pie crust does not have to be pretty or nice because it's going to be the lattice top. So what I need to do with this is to get it together and knead a little bit, roll it out flat. It just doesn't want to stay together. Fuck. All right, I'm all ready to roll out my lattice. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab my pie tin from the freezer, load up my blueberries, and then I'll strip this lattice. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a lattice or a zigzag. We'll see together. All right, now I'm just loading up my blueberries here inside of my very cold crust. Maybe you thought earlier that 900 grams of blueberries was actually a lot, but if you can see in my dish, it's really not that much. Plus, in the baking time, the blueberries are going to pop and shrink down. So make sure in your oven you have some kind of sheet pan or something that can absorb any juices, just in case you have a little bit of that. Using my handy dandy pizza cutter, I'm just cutting out some strips for the top of my pie. Let's see how this goes. I might try, I'm not gonna be able to do a lattice, but I might try to do a zigzag pattern on my pie. If you are brave enough to use a pizza cutter on this kind of thing, on your pastry mat, make sure you don't put any pressure on it. People get really sad when they put a pizza cutter on their pastry mat and their pastry mat has a hole in it. Well, yeah, if you add pressure. Why not? Now I don't know what kind of pattern I'm doing. I'm just going for it now. Right now, when you're doing your lattice work, will be a great opportunity for you to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 205 degrees Celsius. I actually think that that's okay. I don't think I need to do more than this. Maybe I'll do a little beautification on the side. Maybe I'll add a little crust work on the side here for the decoration. But if you are viewing my channel, you are not viewing it because I am the best at decorating. I already know that. And y'all love me anyway, and I love y'all right back.
Aww.
Okay, now I've put pastry crust all along the side. How am I gonna get it to stick? I'm going to crimp the entire thing with the fork. Now we are going in the oven. Okay, for the first 20 minutes of our bake, we're doing 200 degrees Celsius, which is 205 degrees Celsius, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we're gonna drop the temperature and then bake for an additional 30 to 45 minutes at 375 Celsius, which is 175 Celsius, which is 375 Fahrenheit. I have to check that. 350 Celsius, which is 350 Fahrenheit. 350 Fahrenheit, which is 175 Celsius. First 20 minutes, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Last 35 to 45 minutes, 350. In Celsius, 205 degrees Celsius, first 20 minutes. And then 175 Celsius, last 35 to 45 minutes. Okay. Sorry, I forgot something. And I forgot it because it's not totally necessary. The last thing I'm gonna do to this pie, the last thing that I forgot to do with this pie, well, there are two last things I forgot to do with this pie. First, I'm gonna stick butter in my little holes here.
What?
I'm gonna stick a little knob of butter in every hole.
What?
And sticking a knob of butter in there like that. I wanted to do it before I put my lattice on, but y'all are lucky you are not seeing this in real time because this is taking a long time.
Oh yeah, I've aged at least 50 years since the beginning of the video.
Well, he's not done one. You do your lattice work. But now I'm sticking it in. And the last thing I want to do is melt down some butter. Okay, the last thing I'm gonna do here is brush down my pie crust with some melted butter to get it nice and pretty. And then we're gonna top it off with some crystal sugar on the top to give our crust that sugary crunch. Again, not a necessary step, but a step I'm gonna take, especially since I'm hosting tonight. Just to say, you know, it's those little touches that say, you know, I tried, y'all. Now, all of my friends know it's gonna taste good, but whether or not it's gonna look good is questionable. Going in with crystal sugar on the top. After this bakes off, you have to let it cool. 4 hours is a minimum. Again, 4 hours is a minimum that you need to let this cool. Overnight is optimal, but I don't have time for overnight, so 4 hours is what we have today. 4 hours is what they are getting. Now, into the oven, 205 for me. You know what temperature you need for you. Now I will see you all for the taste test. Whew. Okay, and we are back to taste this blueberry pie. Optimal waiting time is 5 hours. Did I wait 5 hours? No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
But because I have company, I had to cheat it a little bit and I put it in the freezer for an hour to like dramatically drop that high temperature. Let's go in for the taste test. When I serve this with my guests, I am gonna give them the option to do vanilla ice cream and some salted caramel that has disappeared. Oh, my salted caramel over there in the corner. But anyway, going in with this pie. Let's get into this pie crust. Did I cut it? Okay, nope, cut. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Eh.
Is it busting?
Alright, I'm gonna go get this piece though before it disappears.
Y'all,
Give me.
this is what you want. Absolute summer must try. That is my friend. Here, take a fork. Okay. Absolute must try. My friend's a chef, by the way, so I'm interested to see what she thinks.
Alright, I'm gonna join the camera now.
The toilet is on the left if you need.
It's amazing. It's absolutely fabulous.
Thank you.
It looks amazing. It's crunchy, it's sweet, it's tangy, it's perfect. I love it.
What?
Get closer to her.
Oh. So, thank you. I know she is not going to let me eat the rest of this, and I'm happy about it. If you see the chicken in the back, it's because, again, I'm hosting dinner, and we have Korean fried chicken on the menu. So, okay, I'm going to let her go ahead and take that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what you saw. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.